trouble, 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 trouble. You know I might get in trouble. You know I might get in trouble. Trouble, 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 trouble. Yeah, I may get in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke Briaunna Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna punt it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and flooded my wrist. She said she buy, I said pull up. She said hi, I said hola. She wanna vibe, I told her pull up. I said roll up. I'm like, hold up. She said she buy, I said pull up. She said hi, I said hola. She wanna vibe, I told her pull up. I said roll up. I'm like, yeah, I may get in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke Briaunna Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna punt it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and flooded my wrist. Good trouble like John Lewis, on the daily like John Stewart. With this rap, I'm a conduit.
Hola, mi amigo.
Hola, hola. I don't know a lot of Spanish, man.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Welcome to another episode of I Make It in Trouble for This. It's your girl, Briaunna Monet.
It's your boy, T.Cooke.
And let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start off with Rihanna becoming a billionaire. I stand.
Salute, salute, salute.
Congratulations, Miss Business Mogul. I know your fans are still waiting for an album, but, you know, do your thing. Do your thing. We have no choice but to wait, so we'll continue to wait.
Man, that girl ain't worried about no music, man. I hate to tell y'all, she is not worried about no music.
I know.
At all. She in love and
building an empire.
Yeah, that's what her focus is.
Becoming a billionaire.
Man, I hate to tell y'all, if I make it to that level, I'm not worried about no music. The play is to use the music to get the influence and the clout, and then branch off and do other things, and that's what she's doing.
Just get that residual and those royalties and do whatever you want.
That's how the game goes. Like, you got to look at the other people who reached billionaire status. They did not do it off of only music.
Yeah.
Look at Ye. Look at Jay. You know, you get the clout, you get the platform, and then you expand. So I can't even be mad at her, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen a video with her and Rocky earlier today. They was walking the street. Looked like they was like maybe on a date. They always in New York on a date or something.
Yeah, I feel like every other week I see like a picture of her, and then Rocky's like next to her or close behind her or something.
They holding hands and stuff. But
I saw a picture with her clutching her purse, and they said that's how we know ASAP was stealing from her. So.
Man, go ahead with that foolishness.
He's got a billionaire bae. He's set.
Go ahead, Joe. That man got his own money. Anyways, I'm not even going to entertain that.
I just thought it was funny.
Anyways, no, I seen a paparazzi stopped Rihanna and was like, congrats on becoming a billionaire. How you feel? She was like, God is good. And that's really all you can say. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? That's really all you can say. So, shout out to her. That's big, man. That's big. To come from where she's from, Barbados. Yeah. I remember when she was like Ponder Replay Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody remember that when they broke her on BET. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, now it's like to see how far she's come. She's not just an artist. She's a mogul now. And you got to respect her now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and she's always doing things right, I feel like. You know, like, she really introduced like 100 different shades for women in foundation, and she's very inclusive with everything she does. So I mean, I can't help but support.
Facts, even with the Fenty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, with the models that she chooses.
Yeah.
She got some of the bigger, huskier fellas, and you know.
Yeah, nobody was really doing it before she was doing it.
That's a fact. So, you know, Victoria's Secrets, they weren't doing it. With they angels, and you see what happened to them.
They've closed a lot of stores.
That's a fact. Hey,
their lingerie wasn't even comfortable anyways, to be very honest.
Hey,
so
I guess that wasn't no secret then.
Was it?
But hey, look, shout out to Rihanna, because she's building that empire. So y'all take notes. This how you do it, and stay true to yourself. Like, that's one thing I can say. Rihanna, I think she wasn't really trying to. When she first came in, I think the label kind of carved the image that they wanted for her. But then when she went like good girl gone bad, when she started like, you know, talking about more like sexual stuff and just owning her, like, her womanhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's, she made that transition, and ever since then, it's just like she's been a lot more vocal. But she's always on the right side of history, though. I will give her that, though.
Yeah.
So
she does a lot of charity work too. So.
Yeah, she does.
Love her.
So I don't have no complaints. I mean, I don't really.
She deserves.
I don't really have nothing bad to say about Riri. I don't. So shout out to her.
You gotta hide her when it's time to eat the rich. Gotta hide Rihanna.
Yeah,
she gets a pass. Yeah,
for sure. Speaking of eating, I don't know if you've seen in the headlines, a Christian woman sues McDonald's because a cheeseburger ad caused her to break her fast.
I didn't see that, but I'm now hearing of it. And again, don't bring God into this.
Hey,
it's upsetting.
I'm like, yo, that's
She's
wild.
making a bad name for Christians, and I don't know.
You don't have your willpower is that weak where you gotta sue McDonald's, a corporation. This ain't no mom and pop. This is McDonald's. They'll probably just, if you do go to court, you'll run out of money trying to sue them.
I would hope that the court would not even entertain it. Like, whoever filed the paperwork should have just put it to the side. Just go ahead and shred it. It's fine. It didn't even exist.
And I seen that. I said, come on, man. 2021 is wild. Like,
do we have the... Never mind. I don't want to bring race into this.
Yeah. Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we should just go ahead and talk about your fave.
Oh, I mean, we can always talk about him. We do a whole episode about him. I don't mind.
So I didn't watch the second listening party, just like I didn't watch the first one. But you should tell me, He still didn't drop the album. I heard that he still hasn't dropped the album. So
yeah, I guess I'm going to be the reliable Kanye West news source on this show for all Kanye West related.
Someone said instead of calling it Donda, they should have called it Dónde, because where is it? Speaking of Spanish. Dónde? Where is it?
Hey,
why hasn't he dropped it yet?
Everybody hit me up like I know Ye directly. I'm just a spokesperson.
But why
do
you think he hasn't dropped it yet?
Because it's not finished, and Kanye's a perfectionist.
Why are we doing these listening parties?
To be honest, I think it's really like in the mind of a genius like Ye. Like, he's getting the kinks out. Like, he's seeing what works, what people gravitate to when he plays it out. And when you play it in the studio, like a lot of artists, when they play music in the studio, they get kind of like hypnotized, or they get kind of like, I don't know, they get a wrong perception of how a song may sound because you was playing it on them loudspeakers and stuff like that, and you might think you have a hit, but then when you get in the car, it don't always translate. So hearing it in different settings, he's going to go on tour with this album. He wants to hear how, if it's stadium status, if you need to turn the bass up, if you need to turn a hi-hat up, if you need to turn a snare up. He needs to hear all of that before it gets on the streaming platforms. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in his defense, being so much so that Kanye's a perfectionist, I understand it, but he's still in Mercedes-Benz Stadium right now. Like, and the Atlanta Falcons have games to play. Just to let y'all know.
Gotta wrap this up.
He's in the visitors' locker room
Mr. West,
right now. So the time is ticking. So it's like,
I
heard he's paying $1 million a day allegedly to, but what is that to a billionaire? That's chump change. So
I think it's a waste of money. I didn't know he was paying that much.
That's what I heard. He got a chef. He got his chef in there. So it's like, look, if he's comfortable there, I mean, you got to understand he's in Atlanta. It might not be, if you're working in a regular studio in Atlanta, there's a lot of hazards. It's a lot of traffic. People can pull up. You got to worry about a lot of rah-rah. You in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that security is probably top-notch besides that guy that snuck in for the first listening party. So
is it really top-notch?
So at the end of the day, I mean, hey, I'm an advocate for letting Ye be Ye at the end of the day. But as far as the second listening party, though, I watched it. And it was different, to say the least.
I saw one clip of him
levitating,
rising.
Ascending. Yeah, that would be the terminology. But
do you feel like that's blasphemous?
No, I don't, because my interpretation of it is he was doing a song called No Child Left Behind. And my interpretation was, maybe he trying to go be with his mother. Maybe he wants to get closer to his mother. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just feel like people be extra hard on Ye, but like if some of like Beyonce or somebody would have did it, then they would have been gassing that joint and praising and worshiping her. But when Kanye do it, he trying to be God. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all don't have the same standards for Ye as everybody else. So at the end of the day, unless he speaks out on it and says like this is what it, he doesn't really clarify his stuff though. He just does it, and that's what being an artist is about. You don't always have to speak on it or clarify it. So I'm ready for the album, but as more time goes on, I'm slowly but surely just less excited, just like Drake. Like,
I think he's waiting for CLB to drop so he can drop it at the same time.
Allegedly, they're cool again.
Oh, they are?
I.e. Karen Civil, as of about 2 weeks ago on Twitter, they said they wouldn't drop on the same day because they have mended whatever they had, the beef. And allegedly, according to Mal of the Rory and Mal podcast, Mal said that Kanye is allegedly on a Drake song on Certified Lover Boy.
Okay.
So that would be interesting to look forward to if that is true. But it's just a lot of developments. I've been following it very closely. Allegedly, Hurricane.
Thank you for your work.
Yeah, Hurricane is supposed to be the lead single off of Donda. It features one of your favorites, The Weeknd, and Lil Baby. So they're featured on that. That's supposed to be dropping any day now as a single, I guess, to hold us off until the album comes. But yeah, and I heard also allegedly his album cover is just going to be all black.
Okay.
The streets are saying it's a representation of mourning. It's called Donda. His mom, passed. So I think that also kind of explains the all black, everybody wearing black for the second listening party as well.
Yeah.
So that's all the insight that I have. Some of my friends sent me the Donda leak. I got the leak. I got the album leak or whatever. I have it.
Share.
I had to forward it to you. But yeah, I got it or whatever. And it's really just a high quality rip of the streaming.
Got it.
Party, the listening party.
Well, I never got to watch any of it, so yeah.
Yeah, I've been gingerly listening to it because I just want to, I want it to actually drop so I can, get, really get that experience. But I feel like I know the songs already, so that's why I'm like not really even hyped. But knowing Kanye,
I feel like he's definitely probably gonna change up the whole thing.
Change up some stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. He got a lot of. Did you see the features on the album?
I saw
this
Dirt.
feature list is crazy.
Yeah,
Lil Dirt,
Lil
Baby, Travis, your favorite, Playboy Cardi, Lil Yachty,
and then Uzi too.
Uzi is not on here.
He's not.
No.
I thought I saw a clip or something. Somebody did
As of right now, the one that Tidal put out, Lil Uzi's not on that one.
Okay.
But Pop Smoke is on there.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is on there. The Weeknd, Sunday Service Choir, Young Thug, Kid Cudi,
of course,
and Don Toliver.
Okay,
as well as Pusha. I'm gonna just say this right now. Don Toliver's vocals on the song called Moon with Kid Cudi is heaven. His vocals are heavenly. I don't know what he tapped into, but when you hear that song, you're just gonna be like,
"Yeah, I need that."
It's just amazing.
I need that link.
Yeah, we talk off here. I'll go ahead and send it to you. But yeah. Oh, and then speaking of features, he also has the winners, the undisputed winners of the Versus battle. The Lox are on the album as well. So they literally left Versus and went to Atlanta and got a Kanye feature. Oh. So they were saying like, yo, that must have been the prize of the Versus. Yeah. Whoever won got a feature on Kanye's album. So Jadakiss is on there, Styles P, and Sheek Louch. They're all on the album. They on this song called Jesus Lord, which is fire. And Jay Electronica is also on that song as well. Gosh. So this is a star-stunning album. They said it's not the album of the decade, it's the album of a lifetime. So we're going to see. We're going to see. And all I know is
That's a big statement.
Me being a fan of both Ye and Drake. Look, I hope Drake, I don't know if Drake's scrambling or not. He said the album's done, but all I know is Drake better come correct because Ye is in that bag right now. So
he is.
We're going to see.
I mean, I don't even want to compare them because I feel like they're just too different.
I'm not, yeah.
But I think Ye is just a musical genius. I love Drake.
Facts.
He's a great artist. You know, like longevity. Yeah. I mean, everything he puts out, you're going to love because he's Drake.
And it's relatable. He's going to give you Instagram captions. He's going to, you know.
And he does a bunch of different type of music too. But I just have to say, like, Kanye is a genius.
Ye is musically, production wise, the album is light years ahead. Yeah. And he always, every time, one thing, hate or love Ye, every time Ye drops, the sound changes dramatically. It's like 808s, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it changes. And he doesn't drop unless he feels like this is he's never going to drop the same album twice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the main thing that I respect about Ye, his reinvention. So shout out to him. We'll see what comes. That's all the updates I got as of right now.
Thank you.
So yeah, I had to get the congregation updated as to what, has taken place over the last few days. But
So you mentioned the versus battle. You caught it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I caught the tail end of it. I was at work, but I was, I watched it when I got off work, and it was really just into the thick of it, like when I got off work. And shout out to the Lox, man. I mean, shout out Dipset as well. Like I really thought Dipset was going to win, because they have big hits. You know what I'm saying? But the Lox, like, shout out to Jadakiss specifically because he carried the team on his shoulders like Kobe Bryant. Like he literally was. His performance was flawless. His breath control, his stage presence. I mean, anytime, like, you would think in a versus, when it's hit for hit, you would think like a mainstream radio hit would trump a mixtape record. But Jadakiss was performing mixtape records that not a lot of people heard, and they were ringing off in there. And when he did, I'm from New York. Yo, my God, they panned to Fat Joe, and Fat Joe was losing his mind. And it was just like one of those things where it's like, you cannot fake the camaraderie that the Lox have. Like, you can tell that they kick it off camera. You can tell that they really at the juice bar taking ginger shots. Like, you can tell that they are really cool. They probably pass the joint to each other. Like, they are probably really cool. They probably be on FaceTime with each other. Seems like Dipset is just together for the bag, like, at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, just the chemistry. The chemistry they had with their DJ back and forth. It was just like, I was just sitting there in shock, and I was just like really glad as a hip hop fan to see, hip hop is a young man's sport, you know what I'm saying? But these guys are aging so gracefully in this position that it's like, yo, you can still be in your 40s and still be competitive, still be respected. And I just feel like Jadakiss is finally getting his flowers. Like, he literally was here in Virginia like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Really?
But whatever y'all booked him for then, according to Fat Joe, the price has went up. It's different now.
It's double now.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, put some respect on the Lox. Put some respect on Jada. Hey, shout out to y'all. I mean, Jada kept it straight New York. I'm talking about shorts with Timbs on.
I love it.
In Madison Square Garden. Like, it don't get no more New York than that. The only way you can beat that is if Cam would have came with the pink, fur and the pink range. But he was acting like he was too cool to do that. And I'm like, bro, this is what you known for. You revolutionized the color pink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you made it cool for people in the hood. I remember I was at Jones Middle School, 8th grade. Brian know. You know what I'm saying? We had the pink, that's when dudes was doubling up the shirt. So you'll have a pink with like a white under it, and then it'd be coming up like under it. Then you roll it back. Then you got the white forces. Shout out like Kevin Berry, Rob Batts, like, Jones Middle School, like that's what we was on at that time. You could wear purple, you could wear pink. and you ain't had to get judged for it. You know what I'm saying?
I remember my first phone, I had the pink katana phone.
Oh, wow.
The flip phone. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was Cam in that picture.
Man, look. Hey, they gave us some legendary moments, but they just didn't have it. Like it was certain songs that you would think that was going to hit, and when they played it just didn't hit.
Yeah.
Cameron even started to get booed at one point of the verses because he started to do a freestyle acapella, and I don't know if he thought he was on Smack or URL freestyle, like, you know, battle rap. I don't know, but it just didn't hit. And allegedly Jim Jones fell off stage.
What is going on? I missed all of it.
Yeah, they said, but yeah, it's a video floating around. They said Jim Jones fell off stage, but then he came and clarified. He said he didn't fall. He said he dove head first into the crowd because his ring came off. So he was going to get his ring to retrieve it before
Not
somebody else did.
Ring, right?
The shade.
Sorry.
Hey, yo. Not wedding ring, no. Unfortunately, no.
Woo. All right.
So, yeah. So,
that would hurt as Chris.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Jewels waited to halfway through the battle to put his bandana on. You know, he's known for the bandana. It's like, yo, and then Jadakiss.
They were starting to just pull out, you know, like all the tricks, and it wasn't working.
And Jadakiss ripped Jewel's bandana off his head too. So, you know, it was real chippy, you know, like, you know, this, but you gotta realize, like, yo, you're in the mecca of hip hop, you're in New York. The way they talk is just more aggressive in New York. You know what I'm saying? So what looked like it was beef, they had already had a discussion before the verses that, you know, they was going to talk trash. And hey, if Jadakiss ever want to retire and be a stand-up comedian, he's hilarious. The commentary between the verses, the little stuff he was saying, he was like, yo, y'all live in Miami. Y'all stay in Colorado. I'm really outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really on my block, Harlem. Like, you can pull up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, just the authenticity, man. I'm just... And this is Jada's second verses because he had the one with Fab last year.
I thought so.
Yeah, he was wearing an all yellow outfit, and that was classic too. But this one right here kind of solidifies, like, and I'm just glad because they're going on tour soon too. So,
cool.
The Lox, Dipset, and State Property.
Okay,
they're all going on a versus tour, I believe. So, and they did have a show here probably like a month and a half, 2 months ago here at the Scope. It was Dipset versus the Lox here recently too. Yeah. So
how did I miss this?
Yeah, like, you know, people were saying they was gonna pull out their throwback jerseys and the whole nine. So I didn't go, but I know some people that went. But yeah, like, shout out to the versus battle. I think this was probably culturally one of the most important, and I was really not even going to tune in, but I'm glad that I caught the tail end of it. So, yeah, it was special.
Yeah.
It was special.
I think this is one of the greatest things to come out of quarantine and this pandemic is this versus. Like, it's here to stay. So, yeah.
Even when pandemic is over,
yeah,
it's going to transition into tours.
Yeah. I
mean, can you imagine like a Brandy versus Monica tour?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think allegedly, who was it? I think Jennifer Hudson was on a radio interview, and she said she's willing to go hit for hit with Fantasia. Fantasia, my girl. But that's going to be a lot of screaming. That
would be something.
And, you know, every time Fantasia
that'll be a very loud.
Yeah, it's going to be loud. Yeah.
Very loud show.
You have to have your TV down for sure, because the volume going to be.
Gosh.
Yeah, but man, look, my family is a big advocate for Fantasia. She from North Carolina. My family's from North Carolina. We love Fantasia. And we were saying, like, who would match up against Fantasia?
Definitely
Jennifer Hudson said she down. So we'll see. But, hey, all I know is when the spirit hit Fantasia and she started kicking them shoes off, hey, can't nobody do nothing with her when she do that. I've been waiting for a gospel album. Fantasia, if you listen, I've been waiting for you to drop a gospel album because you got the anointing on you. You feel what I'm saying? So don't play with it. We ready. You know that every time she do a tribute or, you know what I'm saying, to somebody at an award show, she just black all the way out. Yeah. So shout out to Fantasia because if they do battle, if they do a versus, I'm going for Fantasia. I'm just sorry. Like that's who.
That would be hard for me to decide. I don't know who I would go for. Probably Fantasia, too.
I love Fantasia.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I love her. So
let's see. Since we're still on the topic of music, let's talk about Tyler the Creator. His album is #1 over DJ Khaled's, even after all the smack DJ Khaled talked.
Hey, look.
And I love that for Tyler. I do.
Hey, look. I seen Tyler the Creator's interview that we're speaking of. It's on Hot 97. It's like an hour and 30 minutes, I believe. Mm-hmm. He was speaking with Ebro, Rosenberg, Laura Styles. It's an instant classic interview. Like literally, you don't even have to get 20, 30 minutes into the interview before you realize, Tyler the Creator, he's one of them ones.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really talk his talk like that. Mm-hmm. But in this interview, he's literally like, yeah, y'all counted me out. Y'all tried to cancel me. Imagine if y'all canceled me in 2011 or whenever it was, I wouldn't have been able to give y'all, what I'm doing now. Yeah. And I'm happy for Tyler because, like I said, he's an innovator. His performances are always
unique.
Yes. Yeah. He was talking about how much it meant for BET to invite him to perform at the BET Awards. Mm-hmm. And he said it was...
And he did that.
He killed that.
That was my favorite performance of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said Lil Durk and all the boys afterwards was coming up to him saying that he had the best performance of the night. So he was just talking about how much it meant to him.
Yeah.
And, to be accepted finally at the BET Awards, because so many people say his music is not black enough.
Yeah.
And he was just talking about how Khaled, like when Khaled released his album, talking about, Khaled's whole identity is surrounded by we the best, we #1, da da da. So when he went #2 to Tyler's like, yo, I'm a black guy moonwalking in a wig. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like, that was hard for DJ Khaled when he has all these celebs on his album to take a #2 spot to Tyler the Creator. And so
I think now is just the time for Tyler's music. Like back then it was probably not as accepted, but society is different now. And
it's different. I
think the genre of not the genre of black music, but just overall black music has changed. Like it's definitely more inclusive and different sounds. So for sure. I think Tyler, he said something just clicked. I think he said when he hit 25, 26, something just clicked, and that's when you got Flowerboy, then you got Igor, then you got Call Me If You Get Lost. Mm-hmm. That trilogy of those 3 albums back to back to back, like he hasn't missed since then. So he's found this sound, he's found what works, and I'm ecstatic for him because when he first came out, he was like very controversial. He's eating roaches in the videos. They came out upside down crosses, like they were doing stuff for shock value, and it worked. And now the talent is what's keeping him here. Mm-hmm. Like antics aren't going to keep you, because eventually it's just going to be like, okay, what's new? Talent is what's going to really keep you here. And it's been 10 years and Tyler's been here, so he has a respect from all the big homies. Like he was talking about like how Pharrell had played an intricate part of his Converse sneaker deal that he did. He says he got big homies, Gerard Carmichael, just a bunch of people that's his big homies that they'll talk on the phone and they give him advice as to do this, do this. So all the boys respect Tyler because he, Stay true to himself.
All the boys, Lil Wayne, all of them. So I just keep it up, Tyler. Good job. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Keep the music coming.
Yeah. Speaking of Pharrell, did you see what he posted? Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
I think we have new stuff coming to the 7-5. Was it Military Circle Mall, that area?
They were claiming it's that. Yeah. Someone said they're going to tear the dump down and put that where the dump is at. I don't know where it's going to be, but that was I've seen a lot of quote tweets like, where y'all finna put this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I don't care
what was it exactly. I looked at the pictures and I studied them. I'm like, what is this exactly? I saw something about a sign of like a cafe. Yeah. And I'm like, so is it just going to be like a big kind of like how Waterside District is like a big warehouse with a bunch of different little like eateries and businesses.
I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. I have no clarity on it.
It's just exciting because Pharrell's like, again, giving back. So let's not mess this up.
All I do know is whenever y'all build that, don't let it be a day before y'all expand the HRBT. Don't y'all put that up without y'all expanding that bridge and tunnel. That part. Do not do that. Please don't.
The traffic is worse
It's
now.
already worse than it's so ever been. It's worse than it's ever been.
It's 24/7. Like before, you can kind of plan out.
You could
like,
time it.
Okay, like if I go like late in the evening or very early in the morning, or maybe like midday,
I can beat it. You can't beat that traffic.
It is random traffic at all times of the day.
Facts. It's a fact. So I don't care what y'all do. That's good. Y'all can gentrify the 7.5. I don't care.
No.
I'm for it. But don't let it be a day before y'all expand the HRBT. And I'm talking about both ways too. Because it's like, yo, don't play no games with that. But that's my take.
I think that the 7.5 is at the point where we need our own metro. I think we've reached that.
I mean, we got our version of it is the Tide.
It doesn't go. It doesn't go far.
Yo, when I'm driving through Gravy Street, downtown Norfolk, I always feel like I'm gonna hit the Tide because I never know, like you know what I'm saying. It's like literally in the middle of the street, and I'm like, all right, bro, like this is. That's our version of it. That's what we got. The Tide.
No, we need like a real metro system, so that if we choose not to drive across the bridge, we can just take that.
Yeah, they might need a ferry or something through the HRBT.
I'm not renting a ferry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, that'll cut down no traffic, though. That'll do something, yo. Because, look, that traffic is nuts.
It's so bad. But my thing is, like, they're building a bridge right next to the bridge we already have. I feel like we needed that in a different place.
What you mean?
Like, they're just basically expanding the lanes, essentially.
Yeah, they add in 2 more lanes, basically, I think.
Yeah, I think
which should help.
I think we just need a whole other, like, route to the other side.
It's really
we only have 2 sides. We only have 2 routes.
Yeah, Monitor Merrimack and the HRBT.
That's it. So we need another one. Yes, because it doesn't stop people still from slowing down in the tunnel. For whatever reason, it's the Twilight Zone. Like,
I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. It's kind of interesting. Like when you drive through the HRBT and you literally look to your right and you see them building like the, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why some of the traffic.
The last time.
I think that's why some of the traffic's so crazy because people actually looking like what's going on. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to driving. Yeah, they looking like, yo, fam, what's going on? So we'll see, but yeah, Pharrell is, if anybody gets it done, it's going to be Pharrell because
I really appreciate what he's been trying to do in recent years for our area. So yeah.
Shout out to him. Skateboard P. Facto. Nas dropped his King's Disease 2 album this week. Allegedly, they said Kanye, Drake, and Nas was going to drop on the same day, which did not happen. Only Nas ended up dropping.
Why would we do that?
Nas's album, like, I wasn't looking forward to it because I was just so hyped for Donda. So when Dónde didn't drop, it made me actually listen to Nas's album.
Since you have nothing else to do.
By default. And I was listening to it actually on my way to Norfolk, going through the HRBT. And it's actually hard. Like, it's hard. Shout out to Hit Boy. Hit Boy has been producing. He produced King's Disease 1 and then this one as well. I think Hit Boy has rejuvenated Nas's rap career.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think he's given Nas a second leg, like a second breath. Like, Nas dropped an album that Kanye produced, like a 7-track album, and it was just, Kanye's my boy, but it was just some mid. It was like some Reggie for real. And everything that Hit Boy has done with Nas has surprisingly been fire. And I seen a video of Hit Boy speaking out at the listening party that they had for Nas, and Hit Boy was like, yo, it really be just me and Nas in the studio just locking in. You got producers that got 100 people all in the studio, and it's really just be me and Nas. Of course, he's taking shots at Kanye because of Kanye's creative process where he has mad people in the studio. But his beef with Kanye is deep rooted. Is, you know what I'm saying? It's, I think Hit Boy used to be signed to Kanye on a production deal, and they had some bad business or whatever. And now he's calling Ye out, saying that, you know, he has a lot of hands in the pot, and it really just be him and Nas. And so at the end of the day, people's creative process is their creative process.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's just look at the end result.
Yeah,
we can compare the end result.
Yeah, that's all that matters to me and to the listener. It don't matter how many people made this beat as long as it's fire. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how Ye looks at it. And when you get on a big scale, like when you're competing for Grammys, I mean, I think Nas, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, I think he might have won a Grammy recently for King's Disease 1. Maybe, I'm not sure. That's what I heard. But nonetheless, when you get on a Grammy stage and you have to compete against the Adeles and the Sam Smiths, you're not going to compete with them when it's just you and your engineer and your producer. These people have 18, 19, 20 writers come in to make whoever has the best idea. Yeah. That's what wins. That's how Kanye cooks up his albums. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Every word doesn't have to be penned by Ye. Every hi-hat and snare doesn't have to be put in place by Ye, but he kind of just like executive produces everything, and he works with the best people to get the best product. So everybody, I think
that's the best way to go, so that you are bringing new and fresh ideas and not redundant.
Yeah, Kanye works like Apple, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like almost like an assembly line process of like, okay, I want the best. It's like collaboration, you know what I'm saying?
It's marketing.
Some of the best, you know, ideas come from collaboration. So at the end of the day, I feel what you saying, Hit Boy, but don't ever come at Ye. Don't ever come, because he gave you a platform when you didn't have one. You produced niggas in Paris, and he allowed you to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like he changed your life for the better. You feel what I'm saying? Don't ever. When people be coming at Ye, of course I'm biased, but I just don't be respecting it, because it's like y'all act like Ye, like when J. Cole called out Kanye and said he was a false prophet. J. Cole, I love Cole. But, yo, don't act like you not fruit off of Kanye's tree when it comes to being a producer/rapper. He was the first producer/rapper to really take off. So when you sampling all them beats, just remember where you got that idea from. Don't act like you wasn't influenced by Ye, the God. Don't do that, bro.
Oh.
You feel me? Don't do that, bro. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, oh, this person is washed. He's a false prophet. He's this. Really, bro? You ain't listen. You ain't grow up listening to Ye. You ain't had late registration, college dropout, graduate. Come on, bro. Like, respect your elders. That's all I'm saying, bro. Don't be disrespectful, bro, to people who paved the way for you. You a producer rapper who samples. Oh, I wonder who did that first. Kanye was making 5 beats a day for 3 summers. Like, yo, like, don't disrespect your elders. That's all I'm saying, bro.
This is Kanye on Sway levels right now.
Like, yo, just, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's how I feel about
it. You ain't been doing the
Hey,
education.
you haven't been doing the education. How, Sway? How? It ain't Ralph. It ain't Ralph level, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm Sway right now. Just like,
it ain't no Ralph, though. How, Sway? How? It ain't Ralph level, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Ye said he bought Sway's first TV he ever had in his house. Like, I don't think I ever needed to know that. Like, I think I could have went to my grave without knowing that Kanye bought Sway's first TV that he had in his house. But at the end of the day, though, like, just don't disrespect. Like, there's so many people that I see Kanye slander on my timeline all the time, and it just be like, yeah, you might not agree with everything he says, but do you agree with everything anybody says? You don't agree with everything your parents say, you still love them. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, guess what? You might not like Ye, you might not like his fashion, but guess what? I guarantee your shorty want the Yeezy slides on her Christmas list, and then you gonna have to buy them. You gonna have to buy them, because if not, you ain't gonna be a good husband or a boyfriend. I guarantee your shorty want the foam runners or the Yeezy slides, or your son or daughter gonna want them. Kanye makes Christmas presents. That's what he does. You feel what I'm saying? So for you not to get with it, you just not in touch. I don't care if you ain't gotta like it or love it, but you gotta deal with it. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hate him or love him. some of the most polarizing people in history have been hated or loved. Look at Muhammad Ali. Look at whoever you say, they've been loved or hated. And that's how I want to be. You either love me or hate me. God even said he spit out lukewarm people. I don't want no lukewarm people when it come to me. Don't straddle the fence when it come to me. Either love me or hate me. Don't be in between. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So put a pin in that. That's how I feel.
For coming to Sunday service.
Hey, I came to preach today. It's Sunday, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. All right. Well, do you want to touch on a couple of controversial topics that might be fun to touch on? One that I saw that was really heavy on the timeline this week was, I guess, a Peloton instructor. He was doing his class or whatever, and I think that he went into a real personal rant about don't come to brunch if you're trying to, like, you know, count pennies or something like that. Like, you know, if you want to split the bill, you know, or just have a good time, have vibes. And I want to, so you've seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I want to know your take on it.
My take on it is I've been on dinners that people like order appetizers for everybody at the table, but everybody didn't ask for it.
Okay.
So when the bill comes, you trying to split it 100 ways. We ain't asked for this in the first place.
I didn't want that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been there, and I can relate to what he's saying, but it was just funny to me to see him riding that Peloton and speaking on, like, this clearly just happened to him or has happened to him multiple times. But it was hilarious to me. I seen it on my timeline, and yeah.
I'm just shocked at the amount of people that are like, yeah, I mean, like, don't worry about it. Just split the bill. And no, like, I didn't order all that.
That's what I'm saying.
So if I wanted to pay that much, I would have ordered that much. Like,
and it's a principle thing. It's not necessarily about what I can afford, because I wouldn't be out on this dinner if I couldn't swipe my. When I swipe my card, look, I don't be worried about it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gotta I gotta check it in the savings like Kevin Hart said. I just know I give him the card. I know it's gonna go through. You feel me? By the grace of God. You feel what I'm saying? I know that's not even being arrogant. That's just what it is. If I had a feeling that I was put, you know what I'm saying? If I was cutting it close, I wouldn't be out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not about the money aspect. It's about the principle of, yo, don't try to put stuff on me that I didn't ask for, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
like,
I mean, I think no matter how much money you make, you budget, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if I wanted to spend X amount at this restaurant and then maybe go to another restaurant afterwards or the next day or whatever, and I wanted to spend more at that restaurant, like, how are you dictating what I spend on? Like,
don't pocket
just
watch.
because we're going out to eat together. Like, if I ordered only a salad, I'm not paying for your lobster.
Yeah, I'm not.
Also, because, like, what if I'm just going, you know, meatless that day or something like that? Like, I just wanted to eat, you know, veggie based, and so I got a salad. Why am I paying for your lobster?
Yeah, don't make it seem like that person is broke.
But I'm so shocked that so many people are just like, I don't see the problem, and if you broke, this is nothing to do with being broke at all.
There's nothing to do with being broke. It's the principle.
Yeah.
It's really the principle.
It's so weird. I was like, I just thank God I don't have any friends like that.
Nah. Like, not at all.
It might be like if we're out on vacation, like with a friend, and I'll be like, oh, I got this, you know, meal, and then my friend will take the next meal or something like that, or you got the last one, I got this, or something like that. And we don't we don't like, okay, I spent $50, so, you know, I got to spend 60 or something like that. It's nothing like that.
I don't like.
It's not tit for tat.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
just
like tit for tat. I don't do tit for tat.
Yeah.
I don't do keeping a tally.
Right.
I don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got you this time. All right, if you want to catch it next time, cool.
No matter what that amount is,
it
but
don't matter.
I'm not going out to eat and you're ordering appetizer, dinner, dessert, drinks.
And then you'll say split.
I'm chilling because, you know, like, I'm not drinking alcohol this week and whatever, you know, like, I'm just not paying for all that.
Yeah, I agree. It's not about the money. It's the principle of it.
Yeah.
Don't ever try to get over on me. That's one thing, like, people need to learn. Like, don't try to get over on me, because you would think you're getting over on me, but you're not. Like, I play dumb to a certain extent, but you're never getting anything over on me. I catch everything. I hear and see everything. I just act like I was born last night. I wasn't even born at night, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was born at like 8 or 9 in the morning. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't ever try to like get one up on me because I just play dumb. But trust me, I'm not. Like, I'm not. A word of advice for whoever needs to hear that.
And if you watch this, just don't ever invite me out if you're that type of person. I will go, hey, yeah, split that. Thanks. Okay, now you got your $100 bill over there, and I'm gonna just take my 30. Like,
yeah, don't do that.
Don't invite me out.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Another topic: white people are in the headlines again.
White people are
for their hygiene again. I just feel like more and more gets revealed
as time goes by.
And I also want to know why they feel like revealing this to us.
First of all, you can see a random white person will stop you because of the hat that you have on, start a conversation with you, and will tell their whole business to you. To a stranger, they'll tell you they live in a trailer park. They'll tell you they'll tell you their whole life story just to a stranger. So I'm not surprised that they are actually exposing themselves now, because if you look into history, historically, white people have not known how to bathe. Black people had to teach them how to bathe. But I guess they went back to their old ways because according to your boy, what is it, Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Why? It's like not that necessary. Bathing is not that necessary. But it all began with Ashton Kutcher and
what's the girl
like
name?
Mia,
yes.
And I can't pronounce her last name, but they were sharing how they don't bathe their children, you know, like maybe once a week or something. It was something
like crazy.
And I know that kids' skin tends to dry out easier.
Yeah.
And so typically you will probably not bathe like a toddler or something like every other day, you know, or every other night or something like that.
But they spoke on their own habits as well, though, not just their kids.
Right. So then they went further into like, yeah, we also don't bathe as much either. And I'm just like, what?
Why are white people just feeling so liberated to talk about how they don't bathe?
But then I see think pieces across the internet. They're like, yeah, because you're messing up your natural microbiome or something like that. Look, and the skin, you know, defends itself, and then you're putting all of these chemical soaps on your skin. Your skin is your largest organ. I'm like, yes, all of that is true. All of that is true.
But
we also have natural organic soaps.
Yes.
And again, the same people saying this will be the same people that eat McDonald's all the time. So
the same people saying this are the people.
What about your internal organs?
Same people who are saying this are the people when they do shower aren't washing their legs. They just let the water run down. It started off
a couple years.
You know what I'm saying?
A couple years ago, we learned that.
Yes.
That people don't wash their legs.
They don't wash their legs. They let the water hit it and they think it's good enough.
And then they don't use.
Yes, say it.
Washcloths.
They don't. When y'all
There's
see,
no exfoliation.
Look, when y'all see commercials for soap like Irish Spring, and these people got the raw bar on their raw skin with no washcloths, that's not just to promote the bar of soap. White folks really wash themselves like that. like they don't when you go to their house, like I seen a TikTok and the girl was like, oh, I stayed at my friend's house and they didn't have no washcloths or whatever it was. And I'm like, it's like, what you mean? Like, what's a washcloth? Like, they just know about the towels, but they don't know about the washcloths. And I'm like, in what world do y'all live in? Like,
I'm speechless.
I'm just like, so y'all put that raw bar of soap in y'all cracks and crevices.
And then everybody in the household uses that same bar. I don't even use bar soap because I can't. The thought of it, I just don't like it. I want my soap to be fresh out of the bottle every time.
Look, I don't care what type of soap you use. You could do Dove, Leva 2000. I don't care what you use, but you cannot tell me that a bar of soap is going to get in your cracks and crevices like a washcloth. You'd make it make sense, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to make this about race or nothing like that.
Right, and this is not
nothing racial. This is
I'll tell you what, not my family.
You know what I'm saying?
Not my family.
But all I'm saying is, why y'all got all this money, y'all got all this fame, but y'all don't know how to wash our hind parts though. That's what
I'm so curious because I'm like, am I missing something? Like, is there science behind this?
Look,
like, I don't know.
Like, yeah, not all white people. Like, I know some clean white people. You know what I'm saying? I know some. You know what I'm saying? And we're not making about race. I'm just saying that people who have chosen to come out with this info just happen to be white. You know
the statistics show.
It just happens to be white. You feel what I'm saying? I don't see no black people coming out talking about, you know what I'm saying? They not bathing and they not da. You feel what I'm saying? Now, me, you know, like I have eczema and stuff like that. So, like, my dermatologist, like, told me, like, yo, you might want to, like, you might not want to bathe, so not bathe, but like, because your skin can get dried out very quickly. So you
might not want to scrub.
Yeah,
all
like,
the
you know what I'm
time.
saying.
Like, I know some people use loofahs every day, so like, I might exfoliate maybe every other day or every few days or something. But depending on your skin, you don't want to dry it out.
Yeah, you don't want to dry it out, especially if you got eczema or any like skin condition like. What is it, psoriasis or anything like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand that, but they ain't even say nothing about that. They just said they are choosing not to do this. So at the end of the day, I seen that and I just shook my head because it's like, it's almost like when you was in gym class and the fellas can relate. You get out of gym class, you hot and sweaty, and then they want to stink up the locker room and they just want to try to mask the funk with Axe spray. It's like, fam, you're not cutting this funk. You're not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's like, yo, shh. And it's like everywhere. And it's like, fam, that's not doing anything.
The
bro.
women too, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought, hey, I was never into women's. Like, I was just
spraying the Amber Romance everywhere.
Amber Romance. What is that? Is that Bath and Body Works? Oh, Victoria's Secret. Oh, okay.
Or the Love Spell.
Hey, yo, that's what I'm saying. Shorties be doing that to this day, though. Like, yo, just wash, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't cut it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, that's another discussion as far as, because we know cleanliness is next to godliness. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, if we get into that gets into pH balance. That gets into...
Oh, yeah.
Vaginal wipes, that gets into, you know what I'm saying, it gets into a lot of things to just, you know what I'm saying, when women say they go powder their nose, like, yo, you might just have to, you know what I'm saying, just freshen up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, especially if, you know, you might, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying, and my fellas though, like, yo, that gets into, you know what I'm saying, the manscaping, it gets into the, you know, just all of that, staying fresh, you feel what I'm saying, because it's like, you be wanting women to do this and do that, but you ain't all the way right, you feel what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you gotta be on point too, you feel what I'm saying.
Let me tell you someone that I know does it well, Big Sean. He says that he washes his hands before he goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, before he puts his hands on
and I just want all men to do that. Why?
He washes his hands before he goes to the bathroom and when he leaves.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Before and after.
And it's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But most
nothing
men
wrong with that. That's the right
wash
way.
Their hands at all and then try to dap you up. What's up, fam? You know what I'm saying? And like COVID not rampant out here, you feel me? And it's just like, yo, it's like,
I just think as a man, because like we women, we use toilet paper to wipe. You guys can just shake, you know, but you hold your parts. And it's just like you touch all of these things throughout your day and then you go touch your guy when you go to pee. Look, that's nasty. And then you, oh my God.
A lot of dudes don't even wash their hands when they leave the bathroom.
Men could do a lot for a woman's pH. I can just say that.
That's very true. And that's why I said, like, that gets into a large discussion of, when I'm not a woman, but I know y'all got a pH balance, and I know that men can throw it off. You feel what I'm saying? And I know that it's just, hey, that we might just have to spend a whole episode on just hygiene. Like a hygiene episode, because it's dudes out here that ain't living right and there's women out here that's not living right.
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and it's like, I ain't trying to get vulgar. I ain't trying to get, you know what I'm saying?
Like sex education.
I'm just saying though, bro, like it's dudes that be wanting women to do stuff. It's women that be wanting men to do stuff to them. But look, if you wouldn't do it to yourself, beloved, like, look, you know you out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? And you, look, your nose is the closest to any of your body parts. If anybody smell it first, it should be you. You feel what I'm saying? You should smell yourself first before anybody else smell. I don't even want to get up close on you. And I had already made this vow to myself like probably about 3 weeks ago. I said, if I ever smell you, I don't ever want to smell you. You feel what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. Cause it's like, yo, women that say like, yo, if I see a dude and like he bend over and I ever see his like crack on some plumber shit, then he's canceled. Like it's done. Like it's been women that like I'll come across like just in passing, might be co-workers or whatever it is, and it's like yo, like when somebody walk past you and you get that backdraft, you get that whiff, that backdraft, and you know what I'm saying? We all have our times where we might, you know what I'm saying? You need to be, freshen up or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, like, and shout out to the big girls too, you know what I'm saying? Because just because you big, there's a misconception that big people who are larger or heavy set like stink. You could be a big girl and still be clean and still be fresh and still smell good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't ever let nobody put you in a box because you a big girl. Like, yo, big girls stink. Don't do that because that's a misconception out here. Like, it's some big girls who smell good. You feel what I'm saying? Who keep they
girls?
stuff.
I'm just like, I don't think it's impartial to either gender.
Facts, but I'm just speaking from my perspective. Of course, it's some big guys out here, you know what I'm saying?
I would say, if anything, I think they do more, like they're more careful. So,
hey, look.
Yeah.
Hey, look. It ain't always about the package. It's sometimes about how you wrap it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's about presentation sometimes. It is like, yo, man, woman, or child. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know when y'all got to that point in high school when you start getting a little right. When you're wearing deodorant. When you hit puberty, you pubescent, and you start smelling yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You know that at that point, you got to start doing more maintenance to keep your stuff in order. You feel what I'm saying? And I just never understood when we was in high school, it'd be first period. It'd be first period and people come into school and they be humming.
It's just a bunch of puberty.
We ain't went to gym. We ain't went to
smell of adolescence.
We ain't pulled out not nair pencil, and you already came into to school and you don't smell right. Like, I never understood that.
I mean, I give it a pass because everybody was trying to figure it out at the same time.
Hey, look. I figured it out quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. To each his own.
Yeah.
But let's move along. Let's put a pin in it.
Let's wrap that up.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, though. Moving along. I want to send shout outs to the U.S. men basketball team and the women's. They both got gold. And that is not nothing to sneeze at, because it was a time when we first started playing basketball this year when people said, okay, we're not looking so much together. Mm-hmm. But shout out to KD. Shout out to the USA basketball team. We brought home gold. We brought home gold. That's not nothing to just sweep under the rug. So I want to give them their props because, hey, they did what was supposed to be done. They gave what it was supposed to give. So with that being said, that's a big deal to me, because I thought at one time when we was losing them first games, I said, yo, we got to get it together. And I ain't think thought we was going to get silver or bronze, but we actually got gold medals for the men and women. So shout out to both.
Shout out to them. I have to give a shout out to the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University track team. We have 2 gold Olympians from our track team. So shout out to you guys. Very proud alumni as always. So
dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So yeah, I mean,
I think that's a good way to end it. We got the gold.
We got the gold for sure. I mean, yeah, I've already been there. No, I've already went. We're not going to double back to anything Kanye related because this episode was already too much.
We'll save it for next week's segment of Yeezy Update.
I just wanted to say, shout out to the 10-year anniversary of Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
It's the 10-year anniversary. A whole decade passed since Watch the Throne. That's crazy. Do you have any?
I feel old.
Yeah, oof. Facts. I was in college in my heyday when that album came out. Just do you remember, like, what's your favorite? Do you remember any songs out there? Like, what's your favorite song off Watch the Throne?
My favorite song?
Or one of your favorites? Do you remember that track list?
I do. I'm just trying to think. Like, I love every single song.
Niggas in Paris, Otis.
Otis, I think, has to be my favorite. Yeah.
It was like
I'll go with
singles.
Otis, but I do love every song. I mean, like, No Church in the Wild, Black Excellence.
You said Murder to Excellence. Murder to Excellence is my favorite, hands down. That beat switch, is Black Excellence, Opulence, Decadence, Texas next to the president.
Yeah,
like yo, when that beat switch, it's just like it's just otherworldly to me, and it's just like I would be remiss if we just skipped over that because allegedly, according to Justin LaBoy, Watch the Throne 2 is coming before the end of the year.
I think you and him need to like team up and
Justin,
do like the Yeezy press conference.
Justin LaBoy, like he is Ye's like spokesperson.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I respect about this Kanye rollout is he has not opened his mouth not one time. Mm-hmm. And you know, anytime Ye drops an album, he's tweeting a lot. He's on TMZ. He's saying controversial stuff. Mm-hmm. He's had his face covered this whole time. He hasn't spoke out one time. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you know, and Justin LaBoy has kind of been his mouthpiece. Hate him or love him, because he's controversial as well. But he's been relaying the knowledge, and he hasn't really been, I wouldn't say he's been wrong. He's been breaking a lot of Kanye news. So they say 2 black women are behind Kanye's rollout when it comes to Donda. So, everything has been great besides him not dropping an album. So hopefully by the next episode, the album will be out. God willingly, inshallah. And we'll see, you know, if we can actually review. Maybe we can do a review of Donda, like a reaction video to it, and just upload the reaction to the YouTube channel. It just like first listen.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
If the people not following you already, let them know where they can find you at.
Oh, Instagram, Twitter, Briaunna Monet, TikTok, B Monet. Okay.
Follow me on Instagram at T.Cooke Official. Follow me on TikTok at, I don't even know my dog on I think it's T.Cooke Official.
I think so.
Follow the Instagram page at The Trouble Pod. Follow us on Twitter and TikTok. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. And
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, I think it's been another great episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. We out. Peace.